both former openers. 34 years old, Colin Munro. Match winner on the day. Sohail Tanveer will have a few things to say. It's a balanced bowling attack, Multan Sultans. They have left arm angle. There's Imran Tahir. We saw the ball to spin from Shadab. Gillett countdown has begun. And moments away from the start. Beautiful batting conditions. The breeze has picked up as well. The evening session, a lot less texting compared to when the game started in the daytime. 181 is the target. Like any other team in a run chase situation, they need their openers to be in good fittle. And he's off and running.
Well bowled. Tell you why. Because Khawaja, at the start of his innings, 3 out of 5 has probably missed an outswinger. Played and missed an outswinger. And this was the in-swinger. So he kept his eye on the ball, just nudged it down the ground for one, gets him off the mark. But I've seen Khawaja a couple of times, 2 or 3 times now, struggle the first couple of balls. Once he's in though, 2 or 3 balls later, he's a mighty fine player.
I think you can trust this pitch completely, so you're better off really camping on the front foot than back foot. You can create a lot of angles, big shots by being on the front foot than back foot.
Yeah, the thing that's going to interest me is when spin comes on a little later, as we have seen turn today.
Oh, he was on the front foot and gone. Middle stump is uprooted. Zingers have lit up, and Sohail Tanveer gets his team off the mark with a brilliant strike.
Wow, well, just look at that. This is a fabulous delivery with that slightly unorthodox action. It comes back in quite a long way. So Colin Munro having to play round it, not making contact with the bat, and it was through to the middle stump. That is the most brilliant gesture from the second ball of this innings. So Colin Munro, for a rare failure here, none from one, it's 1 for 1.
Mohammad Akhlaq at number 3. Change of angle, round the stumps now. Oh, another one, gone, is it? They're going to review. He looks dead sure of a good result here. Sohail Tanveer.
Review for LBW and Indian decision not out. Start with the front foot, please. Yes, it's a fake. Move on to spin wheel, please. Looks left foot for them. Please confirm with the outright. Roll forward, roll forward, roll forward, roll forward. Yes. No bat involved. Yeah, no bat involved. Go to the ball striking. Rush is pitching outside out. Impact and pass score and wicket hitting. And stay with decision not out. Wait for the call. Your screen. Make your signal.
I mean, it was a good review in the end. What a great shot, David.
No, 0 to 100 for good shots. It was 0. First ball, you've just seen one of your openers go. You've seen the first 2 balls swing. Whatever you see from the bowler's hand, this is a good time to be playing a proper cricket shot, not smearing across the line. Got a lot of time left in the game. Better. I mean, for me, at this level of cricket, you should do your thinking beforehand, not afterwards. He's had a reminder, he's had a very close squeak there, a very lucky escape. If you were given out for a bad shot, he wouldn't be there now. Fact is, okay, LBW rules are a bit different to that. But I thought it was a dreadful shot to start with.
Yeah, you pick somebody at number 3 looking at what he can produce, and you've got to have a player who can play swing, seam, pace reasonably well. That was a height, that was a shot of a pinch hitter.
I sense you weren't happy with that shot. Munro always struggles with the ball coming back in. These power hitters like some room outside off and like to free those arms. And the ball comes back in, it is a problem. That swung back in and missed everything, hits the stumps, aerial, clean out.
Just wondering why you would want to take such a massive risk. First ball he was facing. I'm also a big believer of not resting your openers. I feel that they need to be playing as many games as possible. If you have the rhythm and flow as an opener, teams should cash in. That's into the gap for 4 runs. Easily done. Well, he was attempting this shot early on when Multan Sultans took that leg for review. This time he collects the 4.
Different shot, different line, different shot, different result. Not taking back anything. 5 for 1. And the line here was heading down leg side. So the shot was on simply because of the line, whereas I'm going to go back again and restate that. First ball was the ball you have a look at. Survive it, play it properly. You can start to play the shot soon enough. As it is, 5 for 1 at the end of that first over. That's a big blow, isn't it? Munro gone for 0. That's a really important wicket to take.
And a good one here from Usman Khaja. On the pads, worked into the gap. No is the call. Clark makes his ground. It's again playing across the line, just the toe end of the bat. It'd be better serve really hitting it a bit straighter through mid-wicket rather than square leg. Going from the crease. The numerical rise of Multan Sultans. 29. Edge into the gap, 4 runs. Played it down with soft hands, didn't really go hard at the ball. It's a good ball. Deserved better than that.
Well, at this stage of the innings too, with the slip in place, either clever or probably lucky to get the ball through that gap. Or maybe a bit of both.
Turns him around, direct hit attempted, not to be. J. Dot, super over. We found plenty of young talent, some with over 15 degrees angle, some below 15 degrees. This was pretty decent. He's fine. Gets a gift hamper. I'd like to know what is in that gift hamper. J. Dot, an apparel company, maybe a shalwar suit. Shower looking for a scoop.
Who's going to crack this code then? 1 and 10 now.
Sherlock. Mr. Holmes.
Might need the older brother. Might need Mycroft. The older brother in the background.
There's always time for Tapalti, right? Hot.
Hot for a cup of tea. He's not read the script in either sense.
Plays it away into the gap for a run after 2:13 for 1. $13 for 1. Shadab, Talat, Asif Ali, Iftikhar, Fahim. It's a heavyweight middle order. All can bat, all can hit the ball a mile. Very flexible batting order they have. Slow ball. Direct hit, I think it's gone. Fabulous strike that. Imran Khan there, I think that's a runner. That's you, sir. Brilliant. He had to attack the ball, gather it, and in one go, had the shy at the stumps. Had to go for it, got a good bounce, aimed it perfectly. Is he short of the crease? He is short of the crease by a long way. What a massive strike and great breakthrough.
And fair to say he enjoyed that. It was Jubilee safe hands as well. It was brilliant match awareness. Clock out for 10, 13 for 2.
Captain is in at number 4, 13 for the loss of 2. We've seen Islamabad United survive some massive collapses. They are in the thick of things. Slow ball attempted, great fielding.
Yeah, one of the problems for Akhlaq was that with the shot, he wasn't out of the traps quick enough, and in the end, because of the power of the throw and the accuracy of the throw, well short. That's pulled away. It should just be one. As I say, it's the problem is playing shots like that when you're on the back foot and swiveling, and your man calls you through, your opposite partner calls you through, you're already struggling to get out of those traps. He's fine. But it was a great piece of fielding.
Yeah, number 29 worked, Azhar.
The plan for the run out.
So he's got to absorb a few deliveries there. Shut up. Get a partnership going again. Time for some sting indeed. He had it.
So in the first innings, when Shadab was bowling, that the ball was gripping and turning off the surface, and it just seems as if at the start of the second innings that there's not a lot of pace for the batsman to work with. Yes, pace off the ball with Sohail Tanveer, but not seen them being able to rock back and hit the pull shot or the cut shot for that matter. So the ball may be just dying on the batsman with the evidence so far.
Upesh and taken at deep gully. Shan Masood makes no mistake, another slow ball. Taking care of a newcomer here. This is happening right now for Multan Sultans. 3 down in the power play session. It's the skipper who's gone.
Yeah, problems starting to mount for Islamabad. This is not the start they needed with the total they've got to chase. It's clever bowling, it's pace off. And Shalow Khan didn't adjust, didn't allow himself that little something just to adjust the shot. Spoons it away, so another duck. And 3 balls, 14 for 3.
Time to ponder and reflect. It is getting a bit serious now for Islamabad United, even though they have a battery of big strikers. If Iftikhar Ahmed is in, 14 for 3. Then they get to 181. There's no point thinking about the target right now. I think the next block of runs has got to be looked in. Maybe another 20-run block. Got to worry about that. In the meantime, Sohail Tanveer, a veteran in T20, 2 for 6 in 1.5.
It's the slow ones that's working for him. Also gripping on the surface, so pace off the ball.
Accurate and good. So Tanveer 14 for 3.
Well, these opening overs of this chase have tilted the match very much towards Multan Sultans. They knew they had a good competitive total on the board, but they also knew they got a very good, strong batting side that was going to be doing the chasing. So to get 3 outs so quickly just takes all the steam out of that kettle. 2 ducks already in the pavilion. Iftikhar yet to open his account. Khawaja just 4 from 4.
Put it down. Blessing Muzrabani does extremely well. A frame size of 10.5 feet. Getting close to the ball and clearly stopping a 4 in the end.
Yeah, nice little dab from Khawaja. Not quite a full stretch, but it's always a question. Once you've got something on the ball, where does it go next? If you don't get into the hand cleanly with the first attempt, how many times have we seen it roll on and carry on to the boundary? But he did well.
It's important for the batsmen also to adjust to the slow balls and maybe change their shots angles, because that, for example, wasn't such a clever shot. He just went hard at the ball without realizing that it could just stop a little bit, popped up as well, because it turned out to be kind of a top spinner from Sohail Tanveer. You've got to find new angles.
Well, it's about the disguise, isn't it? Disguise from the hand. Sometimes batsmen recognise the signals. I think it's very obvious that that time Sohail Khan didn't spot it. He would have realised right at the last moment that he was too early on the shot and struggling.
It's well fielded at point. Bushdil Shah there, stopping the ball quite nicely. Munro dismissed for naught. Clark ran out for 10, Shadab for naught. Iftikhar and then the all-rounders. And Asif Ali, Fahim, Hussain Talat. They bat deep.
Well, they bat deep, yeah, and the way things are going, they might need to too.
Ah, classic, absolutely gorgeous. Little bit more pace from the bowler and it went.
The first one that Khawaja's really climbed into. Slightly short again, but more width offered this time by Imran Khan, and Khawaja just spanked that through the offside.
Almost 3 fielders at that point square cover area for Usman Khaja, trying to block his strength. Went the other way this time. There's a little bit more of space available through mid-wicket. Missed it. 22 for 3. So when Islamabad lose 3 wickets in power play, the winning percentage drops to 33. They're up against it. Well, Iftikhar and Usman Khaja now will have to front up to Shahnawaz Dahani, leading wicket taker in this year's HBL PSL. Very interesting personality. Bowls with a lot of pace and heart. Starts off with a shorter length. Keep an eye on the speeds.
Yeah, he's been in the wickets. He has varieties, he has pace, he has spirit. Things have been going his way. He's also got good fielders taking good catches.
And he'll keep on bowling short of a length. He'll test out the middle of the pitch. And the difficulty here is that it's quite a slow pitch, and sometimes it sort of sits up and sometimes it skids through.
Yes. Oh, he's looking for that gap and expertly found. Played the field and played it well in the end.
Yeah, third man in the circles though. Usman Khaja, very aware of that fact. And Dhani will provide you enough pace every time. In complete control.
Yeah, and you were right. That's one of those that didn't really come off the pitch with any pace. Khaja clever in the way he waited for it, and yet more clever in the way he found the gap.
The third man fielder has gone back to the fence. Yes. Walks towards the leg side once again. Plays the gap. That's well fielded by Imran Tahir, and still very fit and very good in the outfield. So far, he's a step ahead of Shahnawaz Dahani in this over. Nice bit of thinking. Oh, wow. Terrific ball. What happened? Missed it completely. Short a ball and paid off fast delivery, all right, but had something in pace and bounce.
Yeah, Khaja pulling away from it in the end, shaping to play it first, realised there was extra pace, extra bounce, but he had the luxury of that little bit of space outside off stump, which allowed him just to bring the bat inside and see it go past harmlessly.
Here's the Fazal Mahmood cap. Shahnawaz Zahani 20 wickets. Shaheen Afridi with 16. Wahab Riaz 14. Seen tonight, Wahab Riaz. James Faulkner, the surprise bowler. Hardly any pace, but extremely effective. And Hassan Ali 12 wickets. Make the list. Maintaining good pace throughout the over, and it's 3 down for 31.
ब्लेसिंग मुजरबानी, उनको पावर प्ले का आखिरी ओवर करने की जिम्मेदारी सौंपी गई है नॉर्थ एंड से। और इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के लिए विकेटें गिरना पावर प्ले में कोई नई बात नहीं। नई बात हमने ये देखी है कि रन्स नहीं ज़्यादा बने, लेकिन अच्छी खबर है कि उस्मान ख्वाजा अभी भी नॉट आउट हैं। इस बार थर्ड मैन पर फील्डर ज़्यादा वाइड नहीं थे, लेकिन गेंद फाइन चली गई। पहला चौका लगाया इफ्तिखार ने।
और कुछ मोमेंटम अब इस्लामाबाद की तरफ जा रहा है। पिछला ओवर भी काफ़ी अच्छा आया और इस ओवर के पहले ही बॉल पे इफ्तिखार ने 4 रन ले लिए। मुजरबानी बहुत अच्छे बॉलर हैं, पर यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा वाइड रखा। स्लिप लेके बॉल करें तो ऑफ साइड से ही आना चाह रहे थे, पर ये गली की तरफ से बॉल निकल के बहुत ही तेज़ी से बाउंड्री पार।
यहाँ और हालांकि अभी भी स्लिप में सुहेल तनवीर हैं, लेकिन जो थर्ड मैन पर शाहनवाज हैं उनको अब फाइन कर दिया गया। तकरीबन जो आप कह सकते हैं जो डीप थर्ड फाइन स्लिप पर वो खड़े हुए। कोशिश अब यही होगी कि ऑफ स्टंप के बाहर गेंद की जाए। ज़्यादातर इन स्विंग करते हैं, गेंद को सीम कराते हैं, और ये कॉलिन मनरो को स्विंग कराई यहाँ पर सुहेल तनवीर ने। उसके बाद रन आउट हुए। मोहम्मद अफलाक अच्छा खेल रहे थे, बदकिस्मत रहे। उस्मान ख्वाजा की बॉल पर उनको भागना पड़ा। शादाब खान ने कमज़ोर शॉट खेला, वो भी जल्दी चल दिए।
और सुहेल तनवीर ने आज अपना एक्सपीरियंस का मुजाहरा किया है। 2 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट विकेट्स ऊपर से हासिल की हैं, और यही होता है प्रेशर मैच के अंदर। डू एंड डाई मैच तो अभी नहीं है इन दोनों टीमों का, पर ऑब्वियसली बहुत बड़ा एज होगा जो जीतेगा, और एरियल करेगा सब पॉसिबल चैलेंज। और सुहेल तनवीर भी बता रहे हैं कि सब पॉसिबल है, इवन कि अभी वो काफ़ी सीनियर हो चुके हैं पर बड़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं।
आप कहना चाह रही हैं कि नया 9 दिन पुराना 100 दिन।
अच्छा मुजाहरा किया है। पिछले मैच में बैटिंग भी अच्छी की है। बड़ी बात है, बहुत अरसे से क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं।
अच्छा एंगल है, और यही टॉप डिलीवरी भी है मुजरबानी की, जो खासी बुलंदी से गेंद को लाकर छोड़ते हैं। अच्छी सीम लगती है इनकी।
और बहुत अच्छी मुल्तान की जो फील्डिंग में बात नज़र आ रही है कि सिंगल्स के लिए हैं, जो सर्कल पे फील्डिंग है, अटैकिंग खड़े हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ चौका बचाने के लिए खड़े हैं, और इसीलिए आज बहुत अच्छी फील्डिंग की वजह से अच्छे कैचेस, रन आउट लेने की वजह से पीक टीम स्टाइल मोमेंट महसूस कर रहे होंगे इस वक्त ग्राउंड में।
डिफ्लेक्ट किया, यहाँ पर एक रन और दूसरे रन के लिए भी लौट आएंगे उस्मान ख्वाजा और थ्रो यहाँ पर शाहनवाज की। ख्वाजा निम्बात भी 20 पर पहुंचे। तो जो यूनाइटेड का बैटिंग पावर प्ले में औसत स्कोर है इस चैंपियनशिप में PSL 6 में वो 56 है। औसतन इनकी 2 विकेटें गिरी हैं हर बार, लेकिन ये 56 रन जो है औसत रन बनाते आए। एक मैच में 97 रन भी बना दिए थे जब उस्मान ख्वाजा ऑलिन मनरो के साथ थे, लेकिन आज पीछे हैं। रन की दौड़ में भी विकेट की एक ज़्यादा गिरी।
आज प्रेशर फील करेंगे क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा डोमिनेट किया है इस PSL की लेग में। 6 ओवर्स का खेल मुकम्मल, 38 for 3।
अब तक सर उठाने का मौका नहीं दिया यूनाइटेड को सुल्तान्स के बॉलर्स ने। यही वजह है कि हम ज़्यादा यहाँ पर अग्रेसिव फील्ड के साथ भी बॉलिंग कर सकते हैं। यहाँ क्या स्लिप खड़ी की जा सकती है इफ्तिखार के लिए भी। लेकिन अच्छी कप्तानी की है, अपनी टीम को संभाला है। यहाँ अबू धाबी आने के बाद रिजवान ने टीम में एक फाइटिंग स्पिरिट नज़र आ रही है। आज भी कुछ जल्दी आउट हो गए थे, लेकिन सुहेब मकसूद ने वो जिम्मेदारी अदा की। तकरीबन 16 ओवर्स तक वो बैटिंग करते रहे, इसलिए टीम जो है इस वक्त इस मैच में उसकी बालादस्ती है।
बिल्कुल, और एज ए टीम परफॉर्म किया है मुल्तान की टीम ने, ये बहुत अच्छी बात है। हर मैच में किसी नए प्लेयर को हमने देखा परफॉर्म करते। शाहनवाज धानी बहुत कंसिस्टेंट रहे हैं, मोहम्मद रिजवान बहुत कंसिस्टेंट रहे हैं, लेकिन उसके अलावा थोड़ा थोड़ा सब लोग परफॉर्म करते नज़र आए हैं। और यही वजह है कि उनकी भी जो अबू धाबी रह गए वो बहुत ही अच्छी गुजरी। और इस्लामाबाद खैर वो पहली टीम है इस PSL में जो 5 मैच लगातार जीत के आ रही। तो देखना होगा क्या यहाँ से अब कम बैक कर सकती है, क्योंकि बहुत सी रिकवरीज की हैं बैटिंग में।
शॉट खेला, इस बार एक रन मिलेगा उस्मान ख्वाजा को। यहाँ पर विकेट लेने की कोशिश करना चाहिए, क्योंकि उनकी जो बैटिंग है खासी डीप है। तकरीबन 10वें नंबर तक जब वसीम वजीर आते हैं वो बहुत अच्छा खेल सकते हैं। ये एक ऐसी टीम है, ये बार बार पलट कर वार करने की अहलियत है। कराची के खिलाफ हमने देखा था 197 रन का उनको चेज़ करना था, वो रिकॉर्ड चेज़ है PSL 6 का यूनाइटेड ने किया था नेशनल स्टेडियम पर।
और ये रन आउट हो सकता है अगर डायरेक्ट लग गया, लेकिन बचत हो गई यहाँ पे। अगर डायरेक्ट हिट होती तो यहाँ पे एक विकेट और हो सकते थे इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड।
पेंट किया था, गेंद की तरफ देख रहे थे इफ्तिखार अहमद। उस्मान ख्वाजा बड़े तेज रनर हैं और इफ्तिखार अहमद को जाहिर है कि इस साथ बातचीत करनी चाहिए रनिंग के मामले में। अखलाक पहले ही रन आउट हो चुके हैं।
और एक बात है, ये आखिरी मैच है जो दिन में होगा इस टूर्नामेंट में। अगले दोनों मैचेस शाम में हैं। और मैं सोच रही थी कि आज ये दोनों टीमों के पास एक एक लेग स्पिनर बाहर बैठा है, तो क्या 2 लेग स्पिनर से आज जा सकते थे। हमने देखा कि शादाब ने बहुत अच्छी बॉलिंग की आज, और अभी इमरान ताहिर को भी देखेंगे, बॉल ब्रेक तो हुआ है। तो क्या ये सुबह के मैच का आज फ़ायदा उठाया जा सकता है, क्योंकि आगे तो सब मैचेस शाम में ही होंगे।
ये दोनों टीमें आज 2-2 लेग स्पिनर्स के साथ जा सकती थी। फवाद अहमद को मिस किया। ऐसा लगता है पहली इनिंग्स में जिस तरीके से इनके फास्ट बॉलर्स ने, खासतौर पर जो नए फास्ट बॉलर थे, वसीम ने रन दिए, आकिब जावेद ने 1 ओवर में 29 रन दिए। दूसरे स्पिनर खिलाया जा सकता था, यहाँ उस्मान को देख सकते थे। और एक और भी स्पिनर हैं इनके पास, आसिफ अफरीदी, अच्छे ऑलराउंडर हैं। मुल्तान सुल्तान की टीम उनके मुतालिक भी सोच सकती है आगे चलकर।
बिल्कुल, और ये ब्राइट और कलरफुल फैन ऑफ द मैच, लॉग इन करें आप इस एड्रेस पे और जीत सकते हैं आज के मैन ऑफ द मैच का साइन बॉल। और ये आखिरी मौका था, इसके बाद तो मेरे ख्याल से क्योंकि रात वाले मैचेस हैं और ड्यू का फैक्टर ज़्यादा होगा तो एक ही स्पिनर के साथ सब टीम्स जाएंगी। सिर्फ आज का हो सकता था।
और ये अच्छा शॉट लगाया है, 2 फील्डर थे लेग साइड में, लेकिन दोनों ने शिगाब डाल दिया खूबसूरती के साथ। इस बार अपना रिस्ट वर्क दिखाया और गेम को आसानी से बाउंड्री की तरफ रवाना किया।
और ये उस्मान ख्वाजा की खासियत है कि ये ज़्यादा रिस्क नहीं लेते, रिस्क फ्री क्रिकेट खेलते हैं और इसी वजह से इतने कामयाब रहे हैं कंसिस्टेंट रन्स बनाने में, क्योंकि ये अपनी विकेट रन्स भी बनाते हैं पर अपनी विकेट का ख्याल भी रखते हैं। बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्क नहीं लिया इन्होंने अभी भी, बहुत अच्छा नीचे रोल अपनी रिस्ट किया ताकि नीचे ही रहे बॉल।
यहाँ इन पर गहरी नज़र रखना होगी क्योंकि बहुत उनको तजुर्बा भी है, बड़े टूर्नामेंट जितवाने का भी। सिडनी थंडर को इनने जितवाया था 2016 में, बिग बैश, वो सेंचुरी बनाई थी उस सीज़न में। यहाँ पर कमज़ोरी लगती है, बार बार उनका जो आउटसाइड एज है वो बीट होता रहा है। 7 ओवर्स के बाद 45 पर 3। मुल्तान सुल्तान ने आज 180 रन बनाए, जो यहाँ पहुँचने के बाद इमारात में उनका बेहतरीन स्कोर है। शोएब मकसूद ने 59 रन की बड़ी जिम्मेदाराना इनिंग्स खेली। ज़्यादातर 7वां, 9वां, 11वां और 13वां ओवर करते हैं इमरान ताहिर, लेकिन आज 1 ओवर देर से लाया गया।
बिल्कुल, और देखना होगा आज की बैटिंग की चेज़ के बाद इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के लिए ये दूसरा मैच है जो आज रात को आप देख सकेंगे, पेशावर ज़ल्मी और कराची किंग्स के बीच। और ये मैच जो भी हार जाएगा टूर्नामेंट से बाहर हो जाएगा। और मैं ये कहती कि ब्रेंडन किंग को नहीं खिलाया इस्लामाबाद ने और हुसैन तलत से बॉलिंग भी नहीं की, तो क्या ये भी एक, मेरे दिमाग में सोच आ रही थी कि ये भी एक चेंज ये देख सकते हैं अगले मैच के लिए।
हाँ, क्योंकि यूनाइटेड ने सिर्फ 2 जो ओवरसीज प्लेयर्स से आज उनको अपनी प्लेइंग 11 का हिस्सा बनाया। बआसानी ब्रेंडन किंग मिडिल ऑर्डर में लाया जा सकता था हुसैन तलत की फॉर्म को देखते हुए। शायद अपनों में इंहिसार ज़्यादा है इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड का होम टैलेंट में।
ये तो खैर खुशाइन बात है, पर अब जिस स्टेज पे आपका टूर्नामेंट पहुंच गया है इनको ये भी देखना पड़ेगा। और बड़ी अच्छी क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं ओवरऑल। शादाब खान ने आज बहुत ही अच्छी बॉलिंग कराई, लीडिंग फ्रॉम द फ्रंट। बैटिंग में वो नहीं कर सके जो करना चाहते थे।
यार हमेशा एक मुस्कुराहट रहती है, सूरत हाल कुछ भी हो, ये मुस्कुराहट गायब नहीं होती शादाब के चेहरे से। खूबसूरत अंदाज में खेला, यहाँ शानदार बैकफुट शॉट, इफ्तिखार का 50 रन भी मुकम्मल हुए यूनाइटेड के।
बहुत ही उम्दा शॉट। ये वही बात कर रहे हैं कि दोनों बैटर्स जो हैं वो रिस्क फ्री क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं इस वक्त। और ये देखिए पीछे बॉल गिरा और एग्जैक्टली पता था थर्ड मैन कहाँ खड़ा है, उससे दूर फेंका और कोई मौका नहीं सोहेल तनवीर के पास इसको रोकने का।
ऑफ साइड में 2 बाउंड्री राइडर हैं, वाइड लॉन्ग ऑफ और टी पॉइंट। अपनी 400 विकेटों के करीब आ रहे हैं इमरान ताहिर, और ये दुनिया के पहले लेग स्पिनर होंगे 400 विकेटें मुकम्मल कर सकते हैं। फील्डर हैं बाउंड्री लाइन पर जॉनसन चार्ल्स। 1 रन का इजाफा। पहले ओवर में ताहिर ने 8 रन दिए, 53 पर 3। अबू धाबी में शाम अंगड़ाई ले रही है और यहाँ इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड की बैटिंग है। ये पार्टनरशिप भी एक अंगड़ाई लेना चाहती। उस्मान ख्वाजा सेट हैं 27 रन पर, 7 इफ्तिखार और ये इमरान ताहिर की कामयाबियाँ हैं। अच्छे कैचेस लिए हैं मुल्तान की गाड़ी ने, फास्ट बॉलर पे भी ये अपनी मदद आपके तहत हासिल की, बिल्कुल स्टंप सामने थे। फ्लिपर स्लाइडर इस पर बहुत ज़्यादा विकेटें लेते हैं एलबीडब्ल्यू बोल्ड करके इमरान ताहिर।
बेहतर है इनको फ्रंट फुट पे ही खेला जाए, जैसे आप बैक फुट जाएंगे तो ये टाइम नहीं देते आपको।
और पुल शॉट खेला इस बार, कुछ दिल ने जाकर इससे लिया, फील्डिंग का मुजाहरा।
और अभी जो एक मंजर दिखाया था स्टेडियम का पुराना, अभी ओवर के शुरू में, तो आप देखें कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा स्पोर्ट्स फैसिलिटीज़ इकट्ठी हुई हैं स्टेडियम के साथ, और हेड एंड शोल्डर्स का कंधे से बोझ हटा दे मूव। और ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि हम अपने जो स्पोर्ट्स सेंटर्स हैं उनके इर्द गिर्द इस तरह की फैसिलिटीज़ डेवलप करें, लोग आएँ उसको इस्तेमाल करें। ये चीज़ बहुत अच्छी लगी देखने को कि जब भी हम आते हैं तो यहाँ पे कोई ना कोई स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटी हो रही होती है।
इस बार अजिया और बड़ा शानदार कैच लिया रिजवान ने। गेंद इफ्तिखार पर बढ़ती चली गई, उनने लेट कट करने की कोशिश की। बाउंस मिलता है हमेशा मुजर अब्बानी को, और ये बहुत ही अनमोल विकेट मुल्तान सुल्तान्स के लिए।
और ये पार्टनरशिप बड़ी होती जा रही थी, 40 रन की हो चुकी थी, पर बहुत ही खूबसूरत सीम से बॉल कराया। और ये देखें राइस किया बॉल इफ्तिखार के ऊपर, और बहुत ही उम्दा कैच रिजवान का।
इफ्तिखार अहमद अपनी इनिंग्स को ज्यादा तूल नहीं दे सके, उन्होंने 16 रन बनाए 54 पे 4। क्योंकि जो दरकार औसत है वो 10 से आगे निकल गई, तकरीबन 11 को छूने वाली है। इससे आसिफ अली को भेजा गया इससे पहले कि पानी सर से और ऊंचा हो जाए।
और ये वो रीज़न है जिसकी वजह से आसिफ अली आए हैं। देखें बहुत ही अच्छी जगह से बॉल को उठाया और इफ्तिखार इसको ग्लाइड करना चाहते थे, पूरा कट भी नहीं कर सके क्योंकि राइज हो रही थी बॉल उनके ऊपर, और रिजवान का बहुत ही उम्दा कैच।
हैदर अजहर और अजहर महमूद से खुश। लेफ्ट साइड में 3 फील्डर हैं, तीनों बाउंड्री लाइन पर। गेंद जो है इनकी ऑफ द सीम ज़्यादातर अंदर की तरफ ही मूव होती है। इफ्तिखार भी जिस गेंद पर आउट हुए वो उछली ज़रूर, लेकिन वो पड़ने के बाद ज़्यादा करीब आ गई थी।
और एक्शन भी डिसीव कर देता है क्योंकि हाइट ज़्यादा है, रिलीज पॉइंट भी ऊंचा है इनका, जिसकी वजह से बाउंस का अंदाज़ा करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है। बहुत अच्छी हाइट से बॉल करते हैं और पेस भी अच्छी खासी है।
और धनी जो हैं ये भी ऑफ द सीम गेंद को ज़्यादा अंदर की तरफ ही कट कराते हैं। देखिए एक फिर मोमेंट देखी। एंडी फ्लावर इस टीम के हेड कोच हैं, वो एक ज़माने में जिम्बाब्वे कप्तान हुआ करते थे। वो ऐसी मुजरबानी से बहुत मुतासिर हैं। आप ये पार्क की सिटी सवाल का जवाब देकर एक ज़मीन का टुकड़ा जीत सकते हैं। और सवाल ये है कि HBL PSL में तेज़ तरीन सेंचुरी बनाने का एजाज़ किसको है? तो ये बड़ा सुनहरी मौका है, जवाब दीजिए और ज़मीन मालिक बनिए, ज़मींदार बनिए। तो सना यहाँ से आगे सोच होनी क्या चाहिए? अब उस्मान ख्वाजा क्या एंकर करेंगे? अगर करते हैं तो क्या उनकी टीम इस मुतहम्मिल हो सकती है 181 रन के चेज में?
उस्मान ख्वाजा को ऐसे ही खेलना है जैसे वो खेल रहे हैं अभी, बगैर रिस्क के भी वो 126 के स्ट्राइक रेट से खेल रहे हैं, और यही कमाल है उनका। आप देखें कि लगता नहीं है कि कोई रिस्क लिया है, पर फिर भी 126 का स्ट्राइक रेट है। और उसके साथ साथ आसिफ अली ऐसे हैं जो कि एक्सेलरेट कर सकते हैं, और इसी वजह से ब्रेंडन किंग की मैं बात कही थी कि हुसैन तलब की वो फॉर्म नहीं है, पर हो सकता है कि आज वो हमें गलत प्रूव करे।
बड़ी उम्दा और नबी गुली बॉलिंग मुजर रब्बानी की। इस ओवर में सिर्फ 3 रन उन्होंने दिए और विकेट ली 56 पर 4। अबू धाबी में रात रोशन है मुल्तान सुल्तान्स के लिए, क्योंकि इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड मुश्किलात बढ़ती जा रही हैं। 9 ओवर्स में 56 रन पर 4 विकेटें वो गंवा बैठे हैं। इमरान ताहिर जैसे चैंपियन स्पिनर से अब का सामना है, लेकिन अभी उस्मान ख्वाजा बता रहे हैं कि मैच खत्म नहीं हुआ। पहली गेंद पर उनने बाउंड्री लगाई स्वीप करके और अच्छा चैलेंज पोस्ट किया लेग स्पिनर को।
बहुत अच्छा रीड करते हैं बॉल को, फौरन रीड किया। लेग स्पिन थी और उनकी विद द स्पिन उसको बहुत ही उम्दा दोनों फील्डर्स के दरमियान स्वीप।
PSL की सेंचुरियों का सवाल का सिलसिला था, तो हम आपको बता दें कि ये उस्मान ख्वाजा जो हैं ये PSL की तारीख में ये इकलौते कप्तान हैं जिन्होंने सेंचुरी बनाई हुई है। आपको याद होगा चंद दिन पहले पेशावर ज़ल्मी के खिलाफ अपनी टीम को 247 रन तक ले गए थे। स्पीड है देखिए शादाब से 4 किलोमीटर ज़्यादा है इमरान ताहिर की,
और यही वजह है कि जब इनके ऊपर बैक फुट पे जाते हैं तो ये ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं देते। अभी भी ये बहुत क्लोज हो गया, इनको आपको फ्रंट फुट पे ही खेलना पड़ेगा या कदम इस्तेमाल करके जल्दी बॉल की लेंथ को जज करना पड़ेगा, वरना बैक फुट पे जाएं तो आप फंस सकते हैं।
यहाँ लेग स्पिन जो है वो ज़्यादा टर्न भी नहीं करते। इस बार ज़रूर ये टर्न हुई, स्लो टर्न हुई और पहले अपनी क्रीज छोड़ दी थी आसिफ अली ने। एक और विकेट और विकेट लेने के बाद इनका जो जश्न मनाने का अंदाज होता है वो बहुत ही मुख्तलिफ, निराला, और धानी भी शामिल हुए इसमें।
और बहुत ही उम्दा बॉलिंग, ये स्लोअर डिलीवरी थी, ज्यादा फ्लाइटेड थी। 80 किलोमीटर पर आवर था, पिछला 90 किलोमीटर पर आवर था। और यही एक बॉलर का कमाल है, पहले उनको सेट किया कि तुम मेरे पे फीट इस्तेमाल करो या आगे आगे खेलो, और फिर उसको फ्लाइट दे दिया। आउटस्टैंडिंग बॉलिंग।
से वापस गए 61 पे 5। टॉप ऑर्डर बैटिंग ने इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के अब तक 8 डाल दिए हैं। 5 विकेटें उनकी गिर चुकी हैं। महज 61 रन्स पर और हुसैन तलत को लेट मिडिल ऑर्डर में आज भेजा गया।
और ये देखें, कदमों का इस्तेमाल किया पर बॉल बहुत स्लो करा दिया। पेस से भी बीट किया, स्पिन से भी बीट किया, बहुत दूर रह गए बॉल से। चलते चलते ही खेल रहे थे और बहुत अच्छी स्टंपिंग पीछे से रिजवान ने की। और एंजॉय करती है मुल्तान की टीम, एंडी फ्लावर को भी बहुत क्रेडिट जाता है।
ज़्यादातर 4 पे 5 पे हुसैन तलत आते रहे हैं, लेकिन आज क्योंकि शायद आजा खेल रहे थे, 2 लेफ्ट हैंडर्स यूनाइटेड की इंतजामिया नहीं चाहती थी कि एक वक्त में रहें, लेकिन पहले ही बाहर आ गए थे टर्निंग पिच पे। बड़ी उम्दा बॉलिंग। पिछले 2 ओवर्स में 2 विकेटें मिली सुल्तान्स को। 61 पर 5 यूनाइटेड।
Well, a new partnership. You've got the main man still there. Usman Khawaja, the mainstay, the opening batter. Played and had a magnificent 100 in the lead up to this. Really looking to him to go big with a run rate that's climbing up to 12 now.
On 10, it should be 10 out of 10 for Multan Sultans so far. The pace off the ball, all started by this man, wicket up front. And it looks as if they start jumping their way towards the final. This man, well, he'll have to do it all himself. 34 of 25. Just the slowness of the pitch and the pace taken off. Difficult to chase in these day games or the first games of the doubleheader. Still batting to come. Fahim Ashraf, Hassan Ali, Wasim can strike it, but when you consistently want to go at 12 in all in the last 10, it'll take some doing.
Yeah, the bowlers have bowled back of a length and it's worked for them here, the Multan Sultans. We saw a little bit of swing early on. Sahel Tanvir used that to good effect to dismiss Colin Munro. And then as soon as the ball stopped swinging, they've gone back of a length, bowled it into the deck, bowled little cutters, changes of pace, kept the batters guessing. And they haven't been able to settle Islamabad. Well, we spoke about the change of pace that Imran Tahir uses and also how fast he is through the air. This was the previous delivery just before getting the wicket, and second one just 80 kilometers an hour, 15-kilometer change. It does him with the length, the turn. That's the experience of the man. Sensed Asif Ali was going to come down. Brilliantly bowled.
But the pace of the celebration never changes. It's very consistent there. Well, whacks it leg side. But the pace of the celebration never changes. It's very consistent there. Well, whacks it leg side, fielder in place. That's the problem that I've seen. Because the ball's not coming on, you really have to wait till you play that big shot, and you're not getting a lot of timing. You're not getting a lot of sting in your shots. Well, Tanvir. 2 for 9 coming last part of his third over. Again, so slow. But it's been all Multan Sultans. Started off with that brilliant innings from Shoaib Maqsood, and at the moment it seems that there's only one team in this.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to change particularly because of the conditions now and the confidence with which Multan Sultans are bowling their lengths and making it hard. Even though Usman Khawaja is making it look a different sort of game. These middling balls with beautiful shots for one. This is where you need the boundary.
Bowen again, smashed offside. This one, no, doesn't reach the fence. Come back for 2. So another good over for Multan. 67 for 5.
Yeah, another 114 from 54 balls. That's nearly 13 runs and over on a pitch which is not helping batsmen now. And with so many good players already taking the early bun, as they say in football, resources are limited.
Imran Tahir still has 2 overs up his sleeve.
Move.
And spin has been really difficult to face. Pratap did a fantastic job, but now Imran Tahir, big hits aren't coming. Just that short of a length. Just be 1. But Karan, it's come to that situation where you just have to go. It's almost 13 and over. Yes, you've lost 5 wickets, but there's no other option. Win prediction 90 to 10. Who do you think will win this one? You're very good at the win prediction, aren't you?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Baz, as Usman Khawaja looks for 2. Yes, no. Yes, they finally come through for the second. Well, misfield that caused that. Well, I mean, clearly the Sultans are ahead of the game here. Islamabad, as you mentioned, it's now up to almost 13 and over. And we've seen this with Rashid Khan. When he comes on to bowl, quality leg spinner bowling. Long one just for one again. It's then very difficult to try get your 13 or for Imran Tahir over, because you're going to be taking a lot of risk. So you start to having to look at the bowlers that are there to come, and you look to target them. Play the Jubilee My Stars 11 fantasy cricket and win prizes worth PKR 1 crore.
A hack leg side, but no timing. In that sort of day for Islamabad United. Multan Sultans, well, they've been superb. But we know that a couple of overs, we've seen this magic before. They had a big, huge over. We saw that in the first innings as well. So still hope. Well, as I say that, David Garver sort of shaking his head saying no.
Well, there's always hope, but hope isn't enough, is it?
That's right. Oh, brilliant effort. Shoaib Maqsood flying to his right. Got to it, almost pulled off a stunner. 12 gone, 74 for 5.
Well, everyone here in this commentary box went up the same way with that. Whoa, here we go. It's just slightly mistimed. Tell you what, I'd be, well, not now, I would have been 20 years ago, disappointed not to catch that. Good effort, really good effort, yep. But he'd done the hard work in getting a hand to it. That almost got 2 hands to it. Could easily have stuck.
Senzal had struck this right at the bottom part of the bat, so it's gone to the man. It's elaborate dive. Taken off. But the hard task masters in the commentary box say that should have been taken.
Could have just leant over with one hand and plucked it.
Imran Khan. Well, ram shot, he timed that well. One bounce, couple of bounces, 4 runs.
Well, 3 of those is over, you're up with the rate. This is what highlights the toughness of this task now from here on in, because that rate will climb very rapidly. Every time there's a below average over, and the average has to be 13, we'll see that required rate climbing to an extent that even hope takes a rest.
Back leg side, the call is for 2. They do it well. Content Andy Floor. The miracle's working. Multan Sultans doing this well. Well, the Pakistan Cricket Board will soon be launching the first ever Pakistan Cricket official online merchandise store. This will be a one-stop shop to buy authentic Pakistan cricket merchandise. This is exciting news. This is the first time ever, and you want to get your hands on those official merchandise. Well, the next game, these guys have a knockout game. Shower in the house. Oh, hit really hard. He stood up and thumped it down the ground.
Well, it's got to the stage here for Islamabad that they need 2 overs of 20 plus. They do that, then it could be plain sailing. Could this be the big over that they're looking for? Usman Khawaja right out the middle, bludgeoned past Imran Khan. This over now 11. Bowler under pressure, the batter who's in on strike. And 46 Khawaja, and in great form. They need to go big, Islamabad, make it a big over.
– 11 off first 4 deliveries. Beautiful, the ramp shot played to perfection. Another boundary, and it's 50 for Usman Khawaja.
Well, it's been a high-quality 50, full of invention, full of some very fine cricketing shots. The problem for Islamabad is there's been very little support at the other end. And the absolute feeling now is that Khawaja has to still find a lot more magic if this chase is going to be a successful one. One of the differences is this. Midway through the Multan Sultans innings, there were 6s flying from Mahsood and from Johnson Charles. The ball was flying a long way over the boundary. With someone like Usman Khawaja, he has these deft touches, he can find the boundary, but it's going to take 6s as much as 4s to get them anywhere near closer.
Next side called for 2. And oh, direct hit. And he was in the game, but a couple of runs in the end. The 13th over going for 17. Islamabad United 91 for 5, and it's the Tapal T strategic timeout next. coming to the end of the Tapalti strategic timeout. And we've got Imran Tahir. Imran, bowling की pace तो कम करते हो, लेकिन celebration की pace कम नहीं होती.
Yeah, I think it's just natural. Yeah, I mean, it was a good wicket for me. He's been in a good form. तो मुझे बड़ा ज़ाहिर बात है खुशी हुई है कि मैंने इनफॉर्म प्लेयर को आउट किया है और स्पेशली डन द जॉब फॉर टीम व्हाट दे रिक्वायर.
ये बताओ कि आज पिच थोड़ी सी स्लो है कि ऐसे हमें लग रहा है?
नहीं, आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड पिच. हाँ, थोड़ा सा टर्न ज़्यादा हो रहा है नॉर्मल दैन द प्रीवियस गेम्स, बट अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड विकेट.
तो आप जब फ्लिपर कर रहे हो तो बाहर इशारे से फ्लिपर कर रहे हो कि 13 नंबर फ्लिपर है या नहीं?
नहीं, अभी तो जो है बस उसको मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि स्टम्प्स के अंदर करूँ ताकि अगर वो क्रॉस मारें तो चांस रहे हमें विकेट लेने.
तो कल आपका रेस्ट डे ही होगा, ये पक्का है?
हाँ, इंशाल्लाह अगर हम जीते हैं तो कल डिजर्व करते हैं इंशाल्लाह, बट वी नीड टू डू द जॉब देयर फर्स्ट एंड देन इंशाल्लाह एंजॉय आवर डे ऑफ.
थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड गो वेल.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक्स गाइस.
Quite confident they'll get a day off. That was the wicket, the beautifully bowled leg spinner, paced off the ball, spun a mile, and he was off. Well and truly off. So 13 and over required. Rabani into the attack. Needs a minimum of a couple of boundaries per over. I think David Cover does it best. Tapalti loves a cuppa.
I love the sound of a good cup of tea.
He's gone big and he's gone maximum. Half a dozen.
Well, this is what Islamabad needs. And Khawaja gets underneath this one, just helps it up and over. There she goes.
He's in great form, and it's dangerous when you have a player of this caliber who's in form and striking it well. You still look at that run rate at 12.45, and you know we've had one big over leading up to this, and now Muzrabani, who's under a bit of pressure. Second ball he's bowled, and he's gone for 7.
Thumped through the offside. Power, timing, smashed.
Brings up the 100 for Islamabad, and what a way to bring it up. Usman Khawaja just throws that front foot out to give himself the ability to use his arms. Hits through the line. Magnificent stroke.
We want him to keep going. Is this the big over that United are after? Goes again, short, wide, 4 more.
Blessing, just think. Arm round the waist, but Blessing Muzrabani has given Khawaja everything he wants in this over. Maybe the 6 put him off, but if you then bowl length or short of a length and give a little bit of width like this, you are risking that ball going to the boundary. So, Blessing Muzrabani needs to just think. Usman Khawaja just needs to take whatever he can from the rest of this over. It could be a turning point, but there's still so much to be done.
Yeah, absolutely a turning point. The required run rate's gone below 12. And this is how it started. Bang, over square leg. Little bit of width over compensation through extra cover. And then again, not bad length, but the width was given to Khawaja. He's looking to go after Muzarabani now. The over's gone for 15. He has to try and get him off strike. Try and limit the damage now, Muzarabani.
Well, Khawaja's just had a look around the field to see what's going on there, because Rizwan is trying to change things round and try and protect this field now. Third man's just gone back. Are there enough men? Yes, there are still 4 men left in the circle. Deep mid-wicket is out there, long on. Deep cover.
Change of mind again. Third man now come back in the circle. Mid-off goes back to the fence. So you've got point and a square leg in the circle. So behind square, you've got just the fine leg. So can't go short, I don't think. Slow one. Goes full through the offside. Nicely placed, nicely timed. Usman Khawaja on a roll.
Seriously good shot. Muzarabani tries eventually to get the ball full. Doesn't quite hit it, only by a few inches. Doesn't quite hit the spot or the line. And Khawaja is just so good at opening the face, placing it beautifully, timing it beautifully. Mushi, relax.
19 off. One delivery remaining. Field changing everywhere. Fine leg, square leg in the circle. Third man in the circle. There's a deep point, a deep gully. Opportunity with the ramp shot. Opportunity with the flick towards leg side. Another change in the field. Fine leg now goes to point. So a packed offside field. Muzarabani tries the ramp shot. Oh, slips. There's Johnson Charles. Anyway, went full over, comes to an end. 110 for 5. Last 2 overs, 36 runs. So we back to that. There is hope.
He or she has woken up again. Had a sip of tea, feels invigorated, back in the game. But for how long?
They've gone back to experience. They've gone back to Sohail Tanvir. He's been superb today. His last over. He'll take the pace off. There you go, straight away, attacking the stumps. No room whatsoever. 50 partnership comes up, but they need to still go.
Well, it's 50 off just 27 deliveries. And these are the wickets. Sohail Tanvir, well, he got Islamabad off to a great start with some swing and then a little bit of experience with the slow ball. And he's the man, as you said, Baz, when they're in a little bit of trouble or they want to try and get ahead of the game, they bring him to the crease to try and settle things down.
Leg side, got him! Sohail Tanvir does the job. Nelson strikes. Multan Sultans get a huge scalp.
Well, Usman Khawaja had raised hopes for Islamabad in that previous over. Just a little bit hurried. He hits it pretty well, but just that little bit of hurry meant that he couldn't quite get the distance on it. And all that time spent placing the field is rewarded with a key wicket. Well bowled, it's well caught, it's well played by Usman Khawaja, but it's been such a lone hand that 70 from 40 might not be enough. It's 6 down now for 111.
Arslan Ash walks in, required rate of 12.35. Huge wicket for Multan Sultans, and it was Sohail Tanveer back in the attack who did the job. Pace off the ball, flat hit to the fence. It was a good catch as well by Khushtil. Suddenly temperature had risen in that Multan Sultans dugout. It's now back under control. 70 of 34. This has been brilliant by Sohail Tanveer, and what a wicket to get, a huge wicket.
Well, this is why Hassan Ali's at the crease. Usman Khawaja, man in form. They pinned a lot of their hopes on his innings, and that was a big catch. No catch is easy. That one running in there, he says, in the lights as well, perhaps. Well held. I'm quite surprised that Hassan Ali's come to the crease. So I am Ashraf. He has had split webbing. I wonder if that's inhibiting him a little bit.
Again, the slow one, so the pull shot won't go to the fence. It's just been a procession of slow ones and mix-ups, and what a spell this has been from Sohail Tanveer. One final wash, Ariel. Twelve dots, 3 for 14. Arslan Ash now to take strike, and I think only one thing in his mind is to hit this out of the park. The slow one should be expected. No, it's not the slow one. It's the single. And suddenly, last couple of overs, lots of boundaries flowing. Usman Khawaja with hitting it to all parts. Go back to experience. Go back to Sohail Tanveer, and it delivers.
And unfortunately, when the run rate is as high as it is, you have a good over like this, your experienced bowler comes back, gets a wicket, only 3 off the over. Suddenly that required run rate goes from 11 to 13.16 now. That is under pressure.
3 runs and a wicket. Last ball of Sohail Tanveer's spell. Hit in the air, just away from Dhani. They come back for 2, yes, and they make it, but what a spell from Sohail Tanveer. And Multan Sultans on their way. Islamabad 115 for 6.
United need to get over the line at 13.2 runs per over. It's a tough gig. 6 wickets down. They needed Usman Khaja to continue to flourish. Overwhelming favourites at this stage. HBL win prediction gives them 97% winning chances. What has this game come to? It's a statistical nightmare. We've got it. That's gone up in the air. Chance. Oh, almost a great catch. And he was ready for celebrations as well. Johnson Charles had to time that catch. And it dipped suddenly. I was sitting outdoors. It's quite breezy outdoors. The breeze has picked up. Almost had it. So talking of the numerical influence in the game, we've got Mazhar Arshad on my right, who's a nightmare. Then you've got the Multan Sultans dugout. They're turning out to be of great nuisance value to me, with 4, 9, 1, 2, 3. And then there's the win prediction. So it's, I mean, where's the gut feeling? I mean, you know, the cricketing bit is missing. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that's where our game of cricket has gone. There's a strong belief in the stats, the numbers playing such an influential part. And it guides our belief and our thinking. Oh, is it close? Is it close? Like the naked eye, it could be just outside the off stump. Yeah, they're asking the question. They've asked for the review.
Hello, director. Review for LMW and green decision got out. It's a fair delivery. Ball to the bat, please confirm with the order. Roll forward, roll forward, roll forward, yes. Roll forward, roll forward, roll forward. Yes, no bat and ball. Go to the ball. Pitching in line, impact in line, and wicket umpire's call. Hassan, stay with your decision, not out. Wait for the call. Be on screen. Make your signal.
Well, it looked a blatant not out, but looking at the review, it was a close thing. Easily done for 6. We know he's got this great ability to hit big shots. Here's an example of it.
And that's the HBL tournament 6-3-94. Great ability to hit big and a fighter player. He doesn't want to give up. It was right in the slot. Big flourish of the arms there. Big hit.
Sailed over long on, quite majestically. Right, he'll try his hand again, Hassan Ali. As long as he's trying to hit the ball straight, there's no harm trying your luck. Catch it has gone flat and beautifully held. Wonderful catch that is. Brilliant response from Imran Tahir. He knew that Hassan Ali is going to tee off, and it was a pretty solid hit. It was taking off like a golf ball and hit out of the middle of the bat. I think it, yeah, nailed it, except that it didn't find the fence.
Yeah, it's the trajectory that he couldn't get underneath the ball. And that man in your picture, the veteran Imran Tahir with the celebrations, and why not? Great way to end his bowling spell. Hassan Ali, he goes for 10. Islamabad, 125 for 7.
Innings in doldrums. Islamabad United have lost another major striker in Hassan Ali. 125 for the loss of 7. Imran Tahir is now the second most wicket taker in T20s. 394, second highest wicket taker. 517. DJ Bravo heads the list. Chances are slipping away from Islamabad United unless Hussain Talat plays a great hand here. Can he?
Mohammad Rizwan has really rotated the bowlers well here. He's brought on the senior bowlers whenever he needed a wicket and they delivered. Overall, very good captaincy from Mohammad Rizwan.
Shahnawaz Dahani, 2 overs, none for 16. He'll probably bowl his last 2 now. 17th and 19th. With that kind of a technique, it's not going to work. You've got to look at the ball when you're trying to slog it.
It's a pretty decent catch in the deep by Riley Rousseau, coming at good speed. Sets himself beautifully. Oh, what a time to pick up a crucial wicket for the Sultans. He's always going to be in the game, is Imran Tahir.
On the bounce to Imran Tahir, still extremely fit. Fahim Ashraf has not been sent, so they see something very special in Mohammad Wasim. Answer the question and win a plot of land. Who scored the fastest century in HBL PSL? Answer on Parkview City's Facebook page to win a tablet daily and own plot of land at the end of the league.
Mohammad Wasim, not many people have seen what he can do with the bat, so he can be a surprise package. Uses the lap sweeps and over the mid-off shots really well.
There he goes into the gap. There'll be protection. Imran Tahir gets the ball, fumbles it.
With the success that Dahani has had in this tournament up to date, this is a great platform for him to be in a pressure moment, really to perform for his team. And I'm sure he will be in your Jubilee My Stars 11 Fantasy Cricket, and you can stand a chance of winning prizes worth PKR 1 crore. Log on to My Stars 11.
There's that lap sweep that Sanamir was talking about, and it's gone all the way. Brilliant. Substantial. Rizwan usually does that. It's about asking them to just calm down a little. It's a game of nerves at this stage, and so you've got to keep a cool head.
He rolls the bat in the hands really well, get on that knee and plays that lap sweep really well. Really good position to play that shot. 143.8 kilometers per hour. That's what Dhani is bowling with. That's the pace. Very well executed.
That was pretty special. 47 of 20. They need quite a few sixes from here till the end. Goes for another ramp shot. The idea is not to get predictable. I think the first shot that he played was pretty classy, trying to cover drive the ball. This time Shahnawaz Dhani got it absolutely spot on.
What's impressive about this is that you felt that the Sultans would have done their homework as to what is his strength. They've set the field for the shot, but he still backs himself, backs his execution to get it right. And with the pace on the ball, you heard Sana speak about the pace of 143 clicks. There's always going to be a maximum.
Slash and four. That is bad bowling. You don't want to bowl that length with third man up in the circle. There's no deep point as well. Dhani has got to revisit his strategy. End of the over, 139 for 7.
Up till now, a rare off day for Shahnawaz Dhani. This was wide and short, and the third man fielder, the point fielder, were all up. So not the best delivery to bowl at this time. 4 runs.
Thing with a champion side and Islamabad United clearly is that you can never count them out. It's a tough one, 42 of few deliveries, but you know that they can spring a surprise on you. It's something special. We've already seen that from Mohammad Wasim. Great ramp for 6. He's on strike again. And that's gone down the leg side. It's a wide, so he's only going to try for that ramp, I think. Fine leg and third man both back on the boundary rope.
Islamabad United have been the most successful side in this tournament over the years, with the highest win percentage, and a large factor in that is their long batting lineup. They've won games with 8 wickets down, particularly in that first leg of HBL PSL 6. So as you said, Rambo, never count them out.
Oh, that's extremely well bowled. Slackening the pace and getting away with it.
That was the boundary of the last over. Shahnawaz Dhani missing his line and length. And Hussain Talat making the best of it. 4 runs there. All these runs are going to be very important. All these dot balls here. With Fahim Ashraf in the dugout, Mohammad Wasim has to play a cameo here. He cannot take up too many balls. He doesn't have any time to settle here.
Oh, he's just trying to smash it over mid-wicket. A typical tail-enders hoik that. There's mid-off up in the ring, so he's got to aim for a big shot over the head of that fieldsman. Share your favorite HBL PSL moments with Oppo and win prizes. And get your name to appear on the big screen on the ground during HBL PSL final. That is on 24th. Oh, well timed. That flew off the bat, but straight to the man at square leg.
Imran Khan, it's been great execution. It really has been. We saw Hassan Ali in his bowling innings. We saw the lengths that he bowled, that he found success with was the Yorker, as well as that back of the length, slower deliveries. Jubilee My Stars, 11 Fantasy League winner, Waka Ahmed. Well done. 688.5 points. That's for match 30.
He's trying to set the field on the offside. Teams usually take a lot of time to finish their overs. Wide Yorker attempted and finds the fielder, so that is good captaincy, good bowling. Everything synced in quite nicely.
He had 3 men on the leg side only. Just 2 men out on the boundary, 1 in the circle. Rahim Ashraf generally comes in at number 7 or 8, but he feels that split webbing might play a part in him being pushed down the order. He certainly can hold his own with bat in hand. And are they going to need him tonight?
Somehow gets it over the keeper's head for 4. Quite obstinate about that shot, but he is creating a bit of stir and creating an opportunity as well. Twice now he's connected well.
Moved really well in the crease and made sure it was over the keeper and not to the fine leg, because there was a deep fine leg fielder there, but this time over the keeper's head for 4 runs. They'll need a bit more than that to chase this one.
They need another special hit from him. Last ball of the over. 35 of 13. Oh! Given out by the umpire. He took his time. So he's asked for it. Quite funny.
Third umpire director, a review for MW and Indian listening as well. Yes, great delivery. More disconveyance. Please confirm with our approach. Roll forward, roll forward, roll forward, roll forward, roll forward, roll forward. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Miss the bat, hit the boot. Yes. Confirm with our ball tracking, please. No bat involved. No bat involved. SN waiting for the ball tracking. Pitch out instead of impact in line and wicket hitting. SN stay with the decision out. Wait for the call. You on screen. Make your signal.
Booting himself out of the crease to the dugout. Got 13, 8 down now for 146. 146 for the loss of 8. Fahim Ashraf, a late arrival because he can hit the ball hard. As JP was just alluding to, maybe some issue with his webbing still. That could be the only plausible reason for him coming in at that position. Rabbani was expensive when he bowled to Usman Khaja, played him brilliantly. (23 of 22 balls, Hussain Talat. He's the set batsman. He's got to somehow get them home. In a good position to do that. He's been out there for a very long time. He knows what the pitch is going to do, the bowling as well. So he's having a look at the field that has changed. Deep point into position, fine leg third men both in the circle. And it's a false start. Well, fielder was stationed there exactly for this slice.
Yeah, persisting with the shot, he's found some success, but he actually did well to get his foot behind the line of the ball, needing to move it rather late to make sure he didn't get bowled. But in the end, it's still a wicket.
Islamabad needs some late fireworks here to chase this one. Now 18.55 the required run rate. Both these bowlers have gone for 10 per over up till now, Multan Rabbani and Shahnawaz Dhani. Let's see what they can do now.
So what happened then? It's been signaled as a dead ball. So what's the rule here? If it lodges in the keeper's gloves, it becomes a dead ball? I'm not too sure. I think that is what the umpire is also telling the non-striker. Once it lodges in the keeper's hand, then it becomes kind of a dead ball. The action culminated there and then, so he's trying to give the ball back to Blessing Muzrabani. Single, and he makes it. A dramatic single.
What's been a standout for Multan Sultans. Just a quick reminder of Brighto Colourful. Fan of the match, and you stand a chance of winning a sign ball from the player of the match.
Who's it going to be? Sohail Tanveer? If Multan Sultans win, I think he's bowled magnificently and got those runs as well.
I agree.
I mean, he's got to find the gaps at least. There's no point really remaining not out in such a situation. He's got to really go hard.
They have not used him in bowling. They've got a player like Brendan King sitting outside who has been phenomenal for Islamabad. So quite below power performance here by Hussain Talat.
and this time it's taken. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant catching. Did not make a mistake. Johnson Charles, he timed his leap so well. Absolutely first-class effort.
Yeah, he had a similar opportunity a few overs ago. He couldn't quite get his hands underneath it. This time around, execution perfect. Times his dive to perfection. Well, you find that the final nail is pretty much in the coffin. Fahim goes without scoring. Islamabad 149 for 9.
Another bites the dust. It's all over for Islamabad United, and we have the finalists for you. It's Multan Sultans. They played brilliantly. They worked as a unit. First ever final for Multan Sultans. It's a big moment for them. Richly deserve the